Good morning. It's a beautiful, well, I guess every day is beautiful, but it is a beautiful Easter Eve. Perfect day to do an unboxing. This, obviously, as you can tell, is our precision ag stuff. About $2,000 worth of goodies. I think that's what it was. $2,000 worth of stuff. Actually, I don't even know if it was that much, to be honest with you. Pretty sure it wasn't. So, let's kind of go through what we have here. First thing is our GPS dome and wiring harness. So there's the wiring harness, pretty basic. This is the AgLeader 7000, which is pretty basic. It's just a WAS GPS receiver. Basically the same thing that I have on, well, you can't even see it from where I'm at. Basically the same thing I have on the 4430. And then there's the mounting hardware kit thing. Most of these have these little stickies on the back. That's what I was talking about earlier, where you sit it on top of the cab, stick it on there. That thing, I don't know, it's just weak to me. It comes across as weak. So I'm gonna mount this kind of like a John Deere, where it sticks out to the front. Now the bottom of these receivers are magnetic. There we go. We've got two holes there that go through. Yes, it did, yeah. It made up to the bottom. That's what those are for. Again, pretty basic. So that's that. I got the destruction manual there. So there's basic number one. Tractor kit. This is what they call the application rate control module thing. This you mount up inside the tractor, or in this case, swather. And for the lack of a better term, right, maybe I don't have, it might be the other cable that's in there, but where I'm going with this, this drops into here, this goes into this cable, the CAN bus cable. That hooks everything together. One of these. I forget how this works. I really do. Oh, there we go. I want to say this. Yeah, this is your actual power. This is your ground. I don't know. I forget how that all worked. It all works somehow. But anyway, that all goes in the cab. We'll see that here in a moment. Well, I don't know about a moment. I'm just kind of unpacking this, making sure I have everything. There's one cable that needs to be made. Either myself is gonna make it myself. I have had a week, I'm telling you. Either I'm gonna make it, or I'm going to have our local our local precision guy come out and make it, just so I know it's done right. And what that cable does is it comes from the rate controller up there in the cab and goes into here and tells this module when power is applied to the booms, or rather the valves. It basically will drop in place of this implement switch, and that's what I'm thinking. I think I can do it, and I might try doing it, save myself some money. Pretty sure I did it on the planner. I know I had him help me on the first one, just so that I knew I wasn't going to cook all of this equipment. Now I know some of you guys are out there going, well, why do you have an application rate module? We already have that in the cab, right? And it is very true. This thing's capable of a lot more than what I'm using it for. All I'm using it for is to turn on and off the paint feature on the AgLeader Compass. Most AgLeader displays come with this ability already built into it. The little economy Compass does not. It just comes with basically the basic ability to read the GPS signal, and you have to turn it on and off with your finger. If you need anything more than that, you need to get a cable like this, the CAN bus system, and once you have that, you plug it into that. A normal display has the ability to read all of that and take a signal and make the paint feature turn on and off, or the record feature turn on and off. This one does not, so I got to use the circuitry inside that little module. So I already have the display. I'm going to use what I have. It's just cheaper that way, but yeah. So okay, let's see how this Amazon bit holds up. It's a step drill bit, so yeah, I don't know. I don't have high confidence at all. Actually not bad for a $15 drill bit. Well, we're almost there. It's just saying, nope, that's all the further you got. Very interesting. Does that mean? Well, I guess let's see. I know that's big enough for the spray controller, but is it big enough for this? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. If it is, hey, awesome. Is not. Let's see. Swapped out stepped drill bits for this Durac tools. Great reputable company. I'm sure you've heard of them. Just joking. I haven't either. Amazon as well. We'll see how it performs. I got this to punch holes in these tanks for putting sight gauges on and a return line. So I didn't really overspend because I was only figuring on drilling out plastic. So let's see what 20 bucks does. It's even cheaper than the other one. Holy cow. 20 bucks does all right. All right. Let's go grab that I think we did it. It'd be all right, wouldn't it? Oh, come on, really? Really? Fine, we'll put that through first. It's being a tool. Let's see about the other end, if it can go. Nope. So, fine. Well, that's what I smelt burning. Sound insulation on the inside. No, well. Oh yeah, it's smoking too. Anyway, thought it was burning up my drill. Don't want to do that. All right, so let's just see. Let's see how this works now. Oh, look at that. Cool, guys. Well, if you guys need a step bit, right there you go, Durac tools. There's my review. Gonna make this quick. As quick as possible anyway. Let's see how long. Ooh. Yep. This is what we're gonna need. These are not the right size. This is why you always bring multiple sizes with you when you have to climb up on something. Now, I like to put the notch to the back. You can do it however the heck you want. I don't care. I don't know if there's really a right or wrong way to do this, but I'm not an expert by any means. That's okay. So we got 3 foot, so we know 36 divided by 2 is 18. 18 is right there. So that's where we want our notch, is right there. And I know, there. What I'll do is, anyway, what I was trying to say there when I said I know, we're 1 notch too far that way. Oh boy, look at that. I'm gonna do, especially since those are 1/4 inch holes, there's really no reason. I mean, this isn't even sheet metal, this is good thick stock. I'm going to do, uh-oh, what holes were they? Anybody remember? I know I don't. So I'm just gonna throw a nut on there. Remeasure. When in doubt, remeasure. There's 36, 18, about a ½ inch off. That's what we needed to be. We're a ½ inch off from center that way, so I need to be a 18.5 from this side. So anyway, it's not like we're doing super precision here. Sub-inch accuracy. It's only wasp, but still, you wanna do good. You really do. You wanna do a good job. No overlaps or anything like that. Well, no skips. There we go. I remember one year we were chasing the rain, trying to get done because the whole next week was calling for rain. And yes, we were following the label instructions as far as how far in advance we needed to spray. But anyway, we were spraying this field, and I only had the foam markers at the time. And it had been windy as all heck during the day, but towards the evening the wind had died down enough to where it was safe to spray. We went out there. We're spraying as the sun was setting, and it was all we could do to see that stupid foam from those foam markers. Well, long story short, for the most part did a good job, but left a strip unsprayed in this bean field. And that thing came up with mare's tail like you can't believe. It's very embarrassing and infuriating more than anything. It just was like, really? That's the way it goes. Keep trying to keep my hat on. Okay. Woo! Almost lost my footing. That'll wake you up. See what I mean? This roof is just, I don't know. I don't know. There we go. Look at that. Alright, so these go down. This stays on top side. And this is the, there we go. So it'll actually go into our receiver. Or dome. The dome. There we go. And we just kind of come down here. Tuck this in behind it the best I can anyway. There we go. Oh gosh darn it. There we go. Maybe. Good deal. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that later. Now, we get our little tiny screws. They even give you a nice alcohol wipe if you are mounting this to the cab with those double-sided stickies. Make sure you use those. There's that. Now I don't remember my 6000 having these. Maybe it did, but having these little machine screws that mount into the bottom, it may have, but anyway, I ain't gonna worry about that. Take our tools back down with us. Actually, we'll just set them over there. This, try to make nice as possible. I just thought of something else. That is, the other end does not have a cap on it, like this one did. So we gotta keep that out of the dirt. There we go. What I'm thinking, man, it's terrifying up here. It really is. Literally all I'm sitting on is that little cross member. I'm just roughing this in. This isn't where it's gonna go permanently or anything like that, but I'm gonna put a little clip on here as it goes around the corner and ultimately goes down, around, and into the unit. Tell you what, I'm just gonna leave that up there where I can get to it. I think that's where it's gonna be. Cool. Looks official now. All right, down we go. Oh boy, getting my gymnastics in for the day. All right, now come around to the front. There we go. It's starting to look more and more like a sprayer. So, all right. Okay, so as you could tell by that earlier cuss word of, oh, for Pete's sake, I watch a lot of Vice Grip Garage in my free time. As a result, I have a lot of vice grips laying around the shop. And, well, we're gonna try this. So now, when I ratchet on this, that should go up. And, yeah. At least it sounds good on paper. Tell you what. You can tell me how I'm doing. It's actually going down, isn't it? Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. Look at that. Vice grips. Greatest tool ever invented. Right behind the crescent wrench. Actually, no. These are ahead of the crescent wrench. Definitely ahead of the crescent wrench. Alright, and then the last one. There we go. Have that completed. Vice grips, guys. Vice grips. Now, go around to the front, see what there is to see. What I was thinking of doing, I just decided against. I'm gonna put some rubber grommet in that hole, but one, I think it's smooth enough, and two, it'll be all right. All right, time to run some wiring. All right, so now we need some way to divvy up power to the 3 ball valves up front. The regulating valve receives power from the controller, but the 3 ball valves have their own separate source of 12 volts. So to do that, I'm going to use one of these. It's a bus bar, like you've been seeing me use throughout this project. And I'm going to put it right here below the entry point to the cab. Remember, right here is our very expensive rate control module. So I'm going to do, I don't want to say the right thing, but the correct, I don't know, the something, and put it really close to that. So it's still within striking distance of our source to the cab, but yet we still have plenty of room in here. We'll mark the first hole. Mark our second hole, maybe. Oh yeah. Got both of them marked out. So there's our two mounting holes. Now I'm going to come right below it. At least I think. I'm not sure where I want to do this yet. I'm going to come right below it. Yeah, probably right below it. Somewhere in here. We'll punch another one. And one more right beside it. Those will be for our grounds. So we'll have two apiece. We'll have one ground wire coming from the actual console, and then 3 ground wires coming down, or coming up rather, from the ball valves. So I'll go ahead and mount this up and go from there. Okay, time to mount this up. Right after I drop it in the stones and make a great tire head. Good Lord. Let's try it for the 3rd time. There we go. Maybe. Well, come on. Just gotta talk to it, I guess, you know? Okay. There's one. And it says, nope. Never have it. And you go, well, why not? So now, as you can see, we're a little bit off. That's all right. So what I'll do, punch another hole, I guess. At the end of the world, but I guess it's gonna be hidden, so who cares, right? What I should have done in the first place, I know. You know what? I don't care at this point. Do not care. See? I'm just dropping stuff. I am dropping stuff. Oh, we're gonna put this guy right here. If that's how he wants to be, well, we'll show him more. Alright, so there we go. That guy ain't going nowhere. We got our 2 grounds ready to go. Got our bus bar ready to go. Now it's just a matter of wiring. Alright, it's time to turn our attention back to wiring. I promise this isn't going to be a 2.5 hour video. Down there is our AgLeader rat's nest of wiring cables. To that, usually what they have right here would go to an implement switch, which is just a little like whisker switch that has a object passes by, it'll click it on or click it off, depending how you have it set up. Sprayer, we don't have that. All we have is an electric signal going out to the ball valves when we turn the main switch on. So what I'm doing is I'm going to pull power off of the center ball valve and have it activate this solenoid, which will then connect these two wires, which a whisker switch usually would. So while I saved you the hassle or headache of watching me create this wiring harness, I'm going to finish it up with some conduit here, make it look professional, and then yeah, start connecting things up. So first thing, I think I'm gonna just kind of connect these two. This is the part that is so tedious, but honestly it makes it look halfway decent. And I really don't like I just like sitting in there. I mean, it's bad enough that this thing is kind of engineered from a fence row, if you will, but we don't need it to look like that. No, I probably didn't need to do that, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing for these other two lines, and then I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so now we got our fancy AgLeader approved harness. You can buy these for $500. Yeah, yep, that's the price I'm gonna charge. Seriously though, the amount of money they get for these wiring harnesses, crazy. But I tell you what, it is nice having guidance. Say, come on now. That's what I get for laughing. That's why you can get so much money for a good harness, is that they'll actually go together. So I don't know if you see that one pin is bent a little bit. So we're gonna have to find a way to get in there. I don't know if I can. Come on, little guy. Gotta hold your tongue just right. Okay. Kind of bounced off the seat, didn't it? Alright, here we go again. Good deal. Alright. One in doubt, try again. Alright. That can go through. I think I'm gonna zip tie it to that bundle right there. Not the prettiest sight in the world, but again, at least it's working. It will be. of sad state of affairs there, but just kind of go through and try the best you can to get everything organized. Boy, I don't know if I like how that looks. Those are the wires I need the most. Oh. What we'll do. This is the part I don't like. So many wires. I only need like one of them, but it is what it is. All right, back out to the side panel. Okay, so I already have another wiring harness in the making, and that's here. These red and white wires are going to be the common power for all the ball valves. So they take 12 volts, and then they have a sensor wire, sending wire, activation wire, some kind of wire. So in this one, for the center one, it's the green, is what I'm gonna designate it. These are all bust for the 12, and then the grounds I'll just ground to the cab. There's our GPS receiver wire, and here's the one that we just ran. So that I'm gonna put on there with this other one. This is nothing more than a sensor wire picking up the 12 volt signal to activate the switch up in the cab. And then that gray one is nothing more than a ground. So what I think I'm gonna do, just to make things easy on me on the outside here, I think I might go grab another one of these bus bars, slide it up in here so that this is also bust, so that then, is that what I want to do? Yeah, because then 1, 2, and 3 will come from the monitor wiring harness, the rate controller, whatever you want to call it. This one is a sending wire up to the GPS, and then this one has to pull power from here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, be right back. Had leftover bus bar from, they didn't even come with this little terminal block of all things. They came with a different one I bought off Amazon. I didn't like the terminal block that they came with, but these are quite handy, I'm finding out. Like right there, you slide that in, now all of a sudden you got four terminals that are hot, or at least common to one another. that down in there, just like that. Huh. Not sure why. Definitely gonna have to zip tie those two together like that. And then this guy can get grounded right there. Perfect. Go up and grab a zip tie out of the cab. Ah. Ooh. Something don't feel right on that one. That's crimping that pretty good. Oh boy. Stuff can never just go together right. I'm learning that more and more. I don't want to crimp what's inside that other conduit, because I don't know if you remember or not, it's kind of our GPS wire. Kind of important that we don't. Yeah, that's just gonna mess this stuff up. So you know what, we're just not doing it. I'll pick that up later. I'm not picking up the whole bag though. So I know what else I could do. Basically put something here for this wire to snag on. And I think as long as I secure that to that, we should be in business, so great. All right, now it's time to, before I run the other cables. Yeah. Just gotta think before I act. I think it's time to run this, one of the TeeJet cables for this setup. And of course it doesn't tell me. Well, what are the odds that this green will line up to that green? Probably not, but we're gonna try. I do know I don't need this. That hose is for if you had a valve, or not a valve, gauge up in the cab, and we do not. Our gauge is on the outside. So, climb up in here. Find more twisty ties. We untwisted them and we just move forward. Tell you what, you don't need to see me lose my mind. I'll check back in with you here momentarily.